Yo, what's going on out there, fight? What is your boy Money back with another one, man? And today we gonna have a special guest in the building, Coach Tuna. Straight from Philly himself. Straight from Philly himself. One of the smartest coaches that you can get up out of Philly. A scientist, when it comes to the sweet science of this boxing game, and know how to break it down the right way, man. Know, know how to break it down the right way. I hit the like button, shot come in. First, let me get this invite ready. H Money, what up? What up? Yeah, wow. I got the. Yeah, we about to go up with Coach Tuna. Oh shit! Oh, y'all hit that like button, family. Big bounce up next to y'all hit that like button as y'all fall in for me, fam. Renee Bakshan, salute to you, fam. Salute, salute. I'm doing all right, bro. I can't complain. Can't complain, champ. Yeah, my boy couldn't come through, man. He had a little situation with his family. You know, I'll get it off though. So a little scruff McGuff over here. Can we ask questions for the coach? Most definitely, bro. Most definitely. I'm gonna get him in a minute, bro. Try to let some more people get in. Most definitely, though, Renee, bro. Take a few questions. That boy making boss moves out there. Teofimo Lomachenko, October. October. 804. Let's get us 10 hot heads up in her, then I'll go and run it up. Either way, you'll get this interview, man. You did. Like a minutes. Give it about 4 or 5 more minutes, man. Then we'll get coach on up in her and get the cooking, bro. Get coach up in her and get the cooking. Lil May was going down. Coach Tuna, yes sir, yes sir. We'll have men in a minute. Trying to get the audience in here, man. Trying to get the audience in this deal. All right, y'all. I'm about to get coach up in here. All right, 17 minutes in. Let's go and get this thing on the road, man. Let's go and get this thing on the road. Y'all hit that like button, y'all fall in, family. Yes, sir. You figured it out, coach.
Yeah, what's up? I got it.
Man, what's going on with your family?
I'm good, man. How you doing?
I'm doing fine, man. I appreciate
Appreciate
the
you.
time. No, I appreciate you, bro. I
Appreciate you. Thank you
appreciate
very
you.
much. Yeah,
Yeah, I
thank
seen you. Like I said, when I found your page, coach. Like when I say as a freshman
you.
breath out, I'm like, man, I was looking at you work with the kids, you know. But then it's like you, I can relate to you at the same time. You know what I mean? Yeah. So
Yes. hmm
that,
I
that's,
mean, a lot
that's
of. I'm sorry.
go
I'm
ahead,
sorry.
coach.
Go ahead.
No,
No, I'm
go
just
ahead.
saying a lot of cats from the struggle. We cut from the same cloth. It may be different fabric, but we cut from the same cloth, so we all can relate to the situation. If you care and you're trying to make a situation different, make it better, then we all can relate.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. So, coach, let's start by just getting the people involved with about you. What got you into boxing?
Well, it was just something that my dad had got me into when I was young. Helped me with the discipline, self-esteem, character, things of that nature. Being able to defend yourself because it's more than just physicality. It helps you as far as mental strength. If you're trying to
Hmm.
be successful in any aspect in life, this can help you with it. Definitely can be an asset to you. So, my dad got me into it at an early age, and I had the phase where I was a fighter where I dealt with an opponent that was better, and I went through the stage where I didn't want to do it anymore, and I wanted to quit, and my dad wouldn't allow me to. So, that's just basically been a metaphor for me for life, where I just don't quit on things, and I make sure I
Hmm.
teach the kids that, and I make sure I teach the fighters that. Make sure you stay focused and don't quit on your goals. Try to stay focused to achieve them.
Yes, sir. What's this in the amateurs or professional with this fight?
Amateurs, just amateurs. Yeah,
Okay.
I had fought amateurs for a while. Then I started playing basketball when I was in high school.
Hmm.
You know, I went all public in basketball, so my focus kind of shift there towards basketball. But I had always, still boxed. But I took time away from it. Dealt with a few fighters, helped them with their careers. Took a little time away. I had lost a good friend of mine. He was a heavyweight, great prospect, and he was murdered. So it kind of like
Oh
deterred me
man.
away from the sport for a while. So actually,
Uh-huh.
I was fighting for Bozy at the time. I was fighting at the dungeon,
Okay.
Green and Seymour. Yeah, I was fighting for Bozy, and like I said, we had a heavyweight prospect that I worked with. That I was his top sparring partner, but he was murdered.
What's his
So
name? What's his name,
uh,
Coach?
his name was James. It was my man Trey. He's a great
Rest in peace
heavyweight.
to
You know
him.
what I mean? Yeah, rest in peace to him. Yeah, my man Jimmy. And he was just a great heavyweight. And he fought for Bozy. And it kind of deterred me losing him. So I didn't really want to deal with the sport for a while. But a few things got me steered back into it, and I'm glad that it did because I'm definitely, definitely having an effect on the sport positively anyway.
Okay, so the Bully Boxing Club. That's all you.
Yes, bullyproof boxing. Yes, sir. That's all
Bullyproof
me. Yes,
Boxing.
sir. Yes, yes. That's my.
I apologize about that.
Yeah, that's
What
my.
what
God, I'm listening.
I was gonna say where that came about it because I can tell bully-proof boxing. I can tell it's for sound like it's for kids that's being bullied. You know what I mean? You're
Hmm.
teaching them how to defend themselves.
Yes. Well, basically, it's just a metaphor. I have a logo design where it's like a bulletproof shield on it, but basically, it's just a metaphor. If a child is being bullied, I'll be able to help them deflect that. You know what I mean? I'll be able to show
Mhm.
them the science where they're able to defend themselves, and like I said, go along with the self esteem, the confidence, things of that nature. So it's all about just deflecting negativity.
Okay, how long have you had that going?
It's been going now about a year and a half now, and it's doing very well though. So working
Okay,
with a lot of children, making a positive impact on them. So, and I got a
that's
lot
what
of
I
good
like.
fighters too. A lot of good fighters coming along too.
Yeah, I like that though. Like anytime I see people that's doing something for the kids, because like here in St. Louis, I'm in St. Louis, coach. We ain't really got too much. You know what I'm
Okay,
saying?
I
Like we
got
used
you.
to have, but now they didn't. Like they shut down the fucking they shutting down the rec centers. Like we
Hmm.
really ain't got boxing gyms. Like even the professional fighters that be here, some of them train themselves and then they got to leave the city to go get real work. You
Wow.
know what I mean? So a lot of
Yeah.
these kids they getting turned away to the streets and things like that. So every time
Hmm.
I see something where like someone like you or someone like Coach Calvin Ford out there in
Yes.
Baltimore that's keeping
Yes.
it something positive for the kids to show them something
Mhm.
different, man. Like that do something to me. That's like that's something different because that's way beyond even
Yeah.
boxing. That's just like you saving lives. You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah, very important. That's a pillar for our future. So if you're being
Hmm.
an asset in helping build that, then kudos to any coach that's in the sport. Because one thing I let the parents know, the first thing I make sure that the child understands is before they learn anything pertaining to boxing, that they're
Hmm.
actually going to be loved. I don't know how much love they may get at home, but they'll
Sure.
get that the few hours that they're with me. So that's the first thing that I make sure that they understand that they'll get that. So then it's easier to deal with them.
Yes, sir. Because they know it ain't just you there trying to push them to do something. It's
Exactly.
real.
Exactly.
It's
And,
real.
yeah, but just like in boxing, I never give a demand without breaking down the reason why I'm giving you this instruction. So it's the same when I work with the kids. I tell
Yes,
them
sir.
something. I make sure I'm clairvoyant and explaining to them the assets and liabilities of what they're doing.
Hmm.
Yes,
Like
sir.
that.
That's it.
So
Hmm.
how many kids are you working with? If you can say.
Oh wow, man! About 30, 25, 30 of them.
Okay, okay, yeah. I'm
Yeah,
saying the box. I mean, I always see it's packed in there too. Some of
yeah,
them start
yes, sir.
following me today too. I'm like, okay,
Okay.
I see
Yeah,
where they
that's
come
good.
from.
That's good.
Yeah,
That's good. Cross
no
connect.
doubt,
I
no
mean,
doubt.
you're very influential in the sport, so that's something that they need to do, especially if they, anything pertaining to the sport that can help them and where they can learn. It's always
Mhm.
good for them to do that.
Yes, sir. And I'm definitely want to give good credit and good knowledge on things. You know what I mean? But like I say, I just love helping the youth or saving the youth, bro. That's like
Yeah.
something I'm gonna get into myself. I got to get something. I'm trying to
Hmm.
build something to where I could help out for the youth. You know, you can't save
Yes.
everybody, but man, the ones you could help, like that's
Yes.
the life changer.
Yes.
That's the life changer.
You have to at least try before you say you can't do it. So at least try
That's right.
first. Yeah.
That's
So
right.
yeah, we don't
So
just march temporarily. We make sure we make an effect every single day with the kids.
yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Hmm.
And coming up out of Philly, coach. No, Philly, man. That's that boxing city, bro.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. You
Boxing
got to. You
city.
got.
So
You
many
got.
champions.
Yeah, you got to be able to defend yourself in this city because it's a lot of great talent. But it's a little different now than it used to be as far as the city coming up because it's just sad because a lot of the fighters aren't really learning the fundamentals of the sport like they used to. So it's a little different now, but it's still a hub where you can get great talent, good work, but got to make sure you're learning the proper things. You got a lot of young men's lives in your hands as far as coaches, so you got to make sure they're learning the right technique.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. So, do you get any big time boxers that come to the gym, or like showing
Yeah,
love?
well, I've worked with all the top fighters in the city. We were in camp with Boots. Boots' last three fights, we were in camp with him. He actually got us a date on Showtime. I was in camp with J Rock with one of my fighters when he fought, I
That's my
believe it was
guy.
Jamal Charlo, I believe,
Uh-huh.
yes. We were in camp with Jesse Hart when he fought Damon Nicholson. So,
Okay.
and we were actually getting ready. I had got a call from Bomac. We were actually getting ready to fly out to Nebraska to work with Terrence Crawford for a fight. So I have a pretty good resume. I've only been in the sport professionally 3 years as a coach, but I've already worked with the top tier fighters and trainers in the city because, they appreciate the work. Because as you know, with a great fighter, they don't want to work with just anyone. They want to work with fighters that's going to bring the best out of
I told you, coach, and it's another coach. Like when I say this, I mean when I say this, bro. It's just certain people
them.
you can just tell is real. Like when I see you automatically, bro, like I gravitated towards you. Like the
I
real,
appreciate that.
yeah, because it's like
Appreciate that.
you know real when you see real, bro, and it's like
Yeah,
something
yeah.
different, bro. Yeah,
Yes,
and I
yes.
think
That's
that's what
that's
they see as
definite.
well too.
That's
Yeah,
definite. I mean, and I appreciate that because one thing about being real, a person is either going to respect you and gravitate to you or reject you. So I always keep it this way. My fighters, we love each other, we respect each other because I keep it real with them.
yes, sir.
So it's
Yes,
just the
sir.
motto. That's how it should be at all times.
Yeah, but J Rock, my guy, though. I'm trying to work on that
Yeah.
interview with him too, though. J Rock,
Yes.
my boy Greg Hackett out there. You met that with Greg
Okay.
Hackett?
Okay. No, I haven't hooked up with Hackett though, but like I said, I've been in camp with like most of the top fighters in the city. Like I said, Jesse, J Rock,
Oh
Boots.
yeah.
You know, and you
Oh
got
yeah, that's
Danny,
big
a
time.
few, but that's top tier right there. So, like I
Yeah,
said,
that's big
Bozy,
time.
yeah, Bozy's not going to work with you if your fighters aren't, bringing out maximum effort. So,
Yeah, I mean, I hit Bozy up in his thing too. I'm trying to work on the interview with him as well, though, man.
okay, well, I'll make sure I reach out to Bozy and make sure we get that done for you. Bozy's a
I
very good
appreciate
friend of
that.
mine, and like I said, I fought at the original dungeon when it was at Green and Seymour. So, I've
Yeah,
been knowing Bozy for years. So, yes.
yeah. That's why I say you say you was up under him, or the heavyweight was up under him.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yup. And Bozy, he's a master.
Oh
Rest
yeah.
in peace to Nazim. But
Oh man.
these were legends. These are legends that are in the city that I came up under. I learned tutelage from, and I always show humility and I always absorb the knowledge.
Yes, sir. Nassim Richardson, bro. One of
Yes,
the
sir.
like he another one, bro. Ain't gonna play no
Scientists.
games.
Yeah,
A scientist
scientists.
ain't gonna play, and
Yes.
he ain't gonna play with you, bro. Like
Mm-hmm.
even with Shane for Floyd, he called it to a
Mm-hmm.
T. He called that fight to a T, bro.
I mean, this is the thing. What I say with coaches and fighters.
Hmm.
Nazim gave Shane the blueprint. Shane didn't just carry it through and execute it. But he
Uh
gave him
huh.
the blueprint. So I mean, sometimes you gotta execute, you gotta follow through with the game plan because he definitely gave him a good game plan.
Yeah.
But that was Shane. But that's a detriment in sports when you have fighters that cut 25 and 30 pounds for a fight. They usually run out of gas halfway through a fight. So I don't understand why coaches allow that. Like my
Uh huh.
fighters, we don't do that. No, my fighters nowhere between 7 to 10 pounds overweight in between fights because once we go into a camp, it makes it easier for us to lose the weight and get back to work.
And you can focus more on the game plan.
Focus more on the game plan. That takes a week, maybe 10 days. You lose that weight. That rest of the training camp is strictly the game plan. So we don't do the 30, 35 pounds you walking. No, it's a lot of coaches that don't care about the fighters. They just worried about the payday, so they let the fighters do what they want. Because they
Yes,
put
sir.
in so much time in the beginning that when the fighter makes the money, they just want to get their bag. They don't really care about the fighter. So that's where you have the lack of discipline with certain fighters nowadays that have prominent names, but their career is not going to have longevity.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. So you yourself, coach, is you looking like I know if the opportunity presents itself from a big fighter calling you to work with, or is you
Hmm.
really like the type you want to build your champion?
Well, no, it's either or. It's either or. But what I've learned is with building a champion organically is different. I've worked with fighters that come from other coaches, and what I've learned is the number one thing you have to do is you have to work on getting the flaws out of that fighter. You have to find the flaws and get them out of those bad habits. But you also have to take the risk of during the fight that fighter going back to those bad habits once they catch a shot or
Mhm.
adversity sets in. They may go back to those bad habits. So I've worked with fighters, but I like the rapport that I have with the fighters that I'm working with now. They're young, they listen, we respect each other, and the love is genuine. So I'm all in for that.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. And looking at Philly coach, right?
Yes.
Looking at Philly, and I know Boost probably your main guy up there, but when you just look at him, who do you
hmm
see coming out that you can say that's gonna be that next champion?
Well, I have two young men. I have a young man Zah, and I have a young boy Tahir. They're
Okay.
definitely going to be world champions because
Okay.
they're learning the blueprint. We're learning the game the proper way. So I always tell them, long as you stay focused and you give me the effort, I'm gonna give you the blueprint. So these young men are 17, 18. They just turned 18. We've already fought in the gloves this past year. So
Tyler
they will.
Sanders.
Yes, Tahir Sanders. Yes, that's
Sir,
my
yeah,
young
he in
boy.
the
Yes.
building. He in the building. Much
Yeah,
love.
yeah, that's my guy. That's my guy. Yes.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So these young men will be future world champions. So those are the guys that's coming next. Like I said, much love to Boots. I love Boots. I think Boots is the best at 147. I'm waiting for him to get the right opportunity. But the young men that I have coming, we're going to carry the torch. Though. We'll carry the torch in the next 5 to 6 years. We'll be carrying it.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. You say he's 17?
Yes, sir. Well, they just turned 18. They both just turned. Well, I believe one is 17, one just turned 18. I'm not sure. I don't want them to kill me about that, but they're 17
Okay.
and 18. So, but we're definitely coming though. They box very well. They're intelligent. They listen. And Tahir hasn't been boxing a year yet, and he's already making tremendous strides. So, yeah, we're definitely doing good. I'm building a nice little stable of young fighters. So,
Hmm.
I'm gonna have an assembly line pretty soon.
That's what's up, coach. So is
hmm
they looking to go pro soon?
Yes,
Or
sir. Well, the game plan is maybe a few more years, JOs, amateurs. We're
okay.
working on we're working on the resume right now because I tell them the better they look, the less we have to sell them. So the thing right
True.
now is we work on the resume, we get them right, we work with the top talent. So that's the key
Hmm.
because you can fight a lot of amateur fights, but if you're not working with top tier talent, you're not going to get better. That's the key.
Facts. Facts. You gotta want to push yourself. Iron
You
sharp
gotta want
iron.
to push. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. You gotta want
Yes.
to take an ass whipping. I hate to say that, but
Oh
that's
yeah.
how it
Hey,
is.
that's how it is, especially in this game, because
Yes.
you go take one. You got, like
Yeah.
you say, you got to be
Yes,
willing.
sir.
You
Gotta be
like,
willing. Yes,
especially in
sir.
the amateurs, right? I try to tell fighters that shit. Like, okay, you look at that. Yes, you want to be the top amateur, no doubt. If you can whoop everybody ass, do it. But you go
hmm
run into that one person that's gonna give you that business. You know what I
Yes,
mean?
sir.
But
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
amateurs, to me, amateurs get you ready for the professional. Even though it's fast, it's a
hmm
different style. But
hmm
still, like you say, it's for you to learn how to take the punch and learn how to get a
Uh-huh.
punch.
Well, let me say this, right? As far as an amateur fighting, it's on the
Uh,
coach how the coach trains the amateur fighter. My
okay.
fighters, I train them like pros, so to speak. So when we make the transition, it's easier. So
Uh,
I don't teach them an amateur style where you just throw a bunch of punches.
okay.
Now when we become pros, I got to teach you how to box now. No, we
Okay.
understand the amateur style, but our style is pros. We box like pros, we condition, we work like pro fighters. So when we go to that next level, which is the highest level in the sport, the transition is not hard. A lot of fighters have that problem because they have a wild amateur style, and then when it's time to turn pro, you have to reprogram the fighter, and they've had those old habits for so long, it's hard to get them out of it.
That's true too, and I and I
hmm
and I see that. Like for instance, my guy Robici Ramirez, the boy that beat Shakur,
Okay.
took his
Yeah.
first loss. Because it's like you got to break them habits. Katie Taylor,
Yes.
another one I see, she even though she got all that experience, I see her still doing amateur stuff. You know what I mean? So
Yes. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
I totally understand what you're talking about.
Yes, sir. Yes,
Yeah,
sir. You see those flaws, and it's, as a coach, you fear that the most because you just hope that the fighter doesn't make, like I tell my fighters all the time, like boxing is the one sport where you go from offense to defense in the tenth of a second. It's not like in basketball transition, football, 3 downs, you punt. No, boxing, if you make one mistake and that person counters, you're on defense now. So
yes, sir.
got to make sure you're protecting yourself at all times.
Yes, sir. Especially in this game today. So,
Yes,
coach,
sir.
let's talk about a few of these fights that's coming up. You know,
Okay.
Earl and Danny. Now you know Earl is my guy, man.
Yes,
That's my
yes.
guy.
Yeah, I know. Yeah.
Yeah, it's all
Yes.
love. But I see you
It's
say
cool.
he on Boots. But look, I love Boots, bro. I love
Mm-hmm.
Boots. I love
Mm-hmm.
Bowles, bro. And
Mm-hmm.
Boots style, like him being that young hungry lion. You know them. When you young and hungry, you want everybody. You don't give a damn, especially when you believe in yourself, right?
Yes,
But when
yes,
I
sir.
look at Boots, I say, man, because I look at Shakur, I look at Devin, I look at Ryan Garcia, I look at Devontae Davis, Teofimo Lopez. We look at all them
Mm-hmm.
young champions. You see these boys, they getting their money, they becoming champions at a young age.
Mm-hmm.
And I think
Mm-hmm.
Boots, and even with Virgil Ortiz, I think they see that, and it's like, man, I know I'm better than them cats. You know what I'm saying? So shit, I'm on my turn. You know, with Boots
Hmm.
is 25-0 with 24
Yes,
knockouts.
yeah.
I'm not
I
mistaken.
believe it's about 23, 24 knockouts. Yes,
Nah, 25,
25. Okay,
25
all
and
right.
0. Yeah, but
25. Yeah. Hmm.
yeah. So when I look at them, but I still say we need to see that marquee fight out of him. Not saying that
I
he can't
agree.
rumble with them boys,
I
but
agree.
I looked at it as like for me, the fights for Boots for me. I don't know if they're gonna make it happen, but I love to see him against Jose Cito Lopez.
Hmm. Yeah, that would be a good fight. That would be a
Yeah,
very good
like
fight.
I like
That
the
would be a
Jose
very
Cito
good
Lopez
fight.
fight for him, or even with that, even though Thomas Delome just lost to Jamal James, I was thinking of Thomas Delome, but I think Jose Cito Lopez is that fight to where it's like it'll push him just a little bit. Not saying
Hmm.
Boots gonna beat his
Yeah.
ass, 'cause Boots probably can go out there and knock his ass out. You know what I mean? But
Hmm.
I feel like that's
Hmm.
the fight that'll push him a little bit. You know, before
Yes.
the Earls and the Crawfords and the Porters. You know.
Hmm. Now, don't get me wrong. We definitely need a litmus test for him. I agree with that.
Hmm.
But I mean, one thing I say about Boots that a lot of these guys aren't. He's a boxer puncher, which is always difficult to beat. He
True.
has the dog where he can sit down and fight you, but he's very slick, methodical, and he can box you. So that would always be an advantage in a fight. But yeah, it's definitely time to 25, 26 fights in. It's definitely time. So
Yeah.
that's something I'm waiting for, just like everyone else. But I think when the moment comes, I think he'll be ready. But it's definitely time to see that, though. Definitely
Oh
time.
yeah, looking at that workout regimen, like you can
Mhm.
tell the boy, he business, he real
Oh
business.
yeah,
Like
yeah, yeah. Very focused.
yeah,
Very focused. Funny story. One time we were in training camp with him, and his grandfather had passed, and me and Bozy were on the phone, and I was like, my condolences. I was like, well, listen, we'll give you a few days, let you get
mhm,
yourself together. He's like, no, Boots there. I was like, oh, he there? He said, yeah, he there. He said, no, he's still working. I said, oh, respect. So
uh-huh,
the man, is labor there. It takes no days off. So
yeah.
I
That,
understand that. So
that's what it
kudos
takes.
to him.
And
Yeah,
he had
that's
big boy,
greatness.
he had
Yeah,
big boy at
yes.
147. So
Oh yeah, yeah,
that's
yeah.
that fight.
Solid 147. Solid 147.
Yeah. So
Hmm.
looking at Earl and Danny, coach, what you think about that fight?
Well, Danny can win the fight. I would hope Danny, of course, he wins. He's from Philly. Danny
Mhm,
exudes patience. That's something that's very important in a fight. Danny will wait the whole fight to land that one shot. But the thing with Danny is Danny has to box to set up his power. Danny has a very tremendous left hook, but he doesn't bring it off his jab. He doesn't bring combinations. And he kind of plies with his footwork. So this is something that him and Angel should have been working on. But
mhm.
I want to see Danny win, but we also know Earl came off a tragic incident, so we have to see where he's at. But I will say this: I definitely could see Danny pulling this upset off. I definitely could see that.
Yeah,
I could see Danny landing a key shot late in the fight.
yeah, and that's why
Yeah.
we look at Danny. Danny, like when I seen Danny versus Sean Porter, that's
Hmm.
when I
Yes.
knew. I knew he was a full-fledged welterweight then. Sean couldn't
Yes.
move him around the ring. You know what I mean? Couldn't move him
Exactly.
around the ring. But only like
Exactly.
I say, Danny, he wait too long. And that's like sometimes that kind of, like
Hmm.
you say, he be waiting to set up that shot. But
Yeah.
when Danny first, he have all the success in the world. When he first,
Sure.
and when he go from the body to the head, he look fast as fuck.
Yeah.
You know what I
Hmm.
mean? He look fast as fuck.
Yeah.
But
Yes, he
I
did.
when I look at Earl, I just see Earl with the range and distance. If he try to keep his range and distance, a lot of people think, oh, go out there and be like Mikey. I don't think he gonna try to beat Danny like he beat Mikey. Because first of all, Danny crack harder. Danny a different fighter. You know what I'm saying? He can
Hmm.
take a punch. First of all, Danny ain't afraid to take a punch. He can take. Not saying you want to take a
Yeah.
punch. You could,
Hmm.
So it's gonna be interesting. It's gonna be interesting. But I do see my man Earl pulling that out though.
I mean, well, that would be the odds-on favorite to win. But the thing is with Danny, Earl is a southpaw, so I just hope Danny and them is just working on the lead right hand. That's the most effective thing against a southpaw. Stay
Mm-hmm.
outside, box him on his right shoulder, and throw the lead right down the center. So if they work on these things, make the footwork imperative, which it should have been from day one,
Uh-huh.
Danny would have a good chance to win. But you have to have the right strategy against a southpaw because the angle is totally different now. So the lead
Okay.
right is your best friend. So I hope they utilize that.
All right, I gotta make sure Angel don't call you into count. Yeah.
Well, listen, hey, listen. Well, listen. Let me say this: to solidify and possibly make the win even more possible. Hey, listen, I would love to help. Trust me, I would love
Yeah.
to help him. Love
Hit
to
my
help
man's up, bro. Hit my
him.
man's up. Okay,
Yeah,
looking
hit
at
me
that
up.
fight right there, we got more fight come up. The Cholos. We
Hmm.
got Cholo against Rosario. What you think about that fight? Jamel and Rosario.
I mean, it'll be a tough fight for Jamel. Rosario's a good fighter. kind of toss up. I mean, the Cholo brothers, they're exceptional punchers once again, but I don't really see the boxing to set up the power, which is going to be a problem. So,
Mhm.
I mean, I can see the Cholo landing a shot that could change the fight. But just like I'm sorry, it was brother that fought Tony Harrison.
Oh no,
Yeah, yeah,
Jamel wants to fight Rosario. Yep.
yeah. Okay, well, just I'm saying, fighting that boxer, that slick boxer that frustrates you, and hopefully
Mhm.
you do get to land that shot. But if you don't, it's going to be a frustrating night for you. But Rosario's a very good boxer, but I don't know. I think if Cholo doesn't, it's like I said, if the Cholo brother doesn't catch him, then I can see Rosario outboxing him. So.
Did you see like when he fought J Rock Rosario? Did you think did you like you think he snuck up on him or?
Well, no, what I think it was that camp. I don't know. Marvin Hagler said it the best. It's hard to train when you got on silk pajamas. So I don't know.
Mhm.
J Rock didn't seem that. I know Brad. Shout out to J Rock. He didn't seem
Yeah,
that prepared for that fight that he was the previous fight. So it
yeah.
just the preparation just didn't seem the same. He didn't box. So I don't know.
I think he took Banana serious.
Yeah, it might have been a little complacency in that camp, and Banana's not the guy to do that with. So
Hmm.
hopefully, the Cholo brother doesn't do that. So we'll see.
True, true.
Hmm.
My guy, Jo the boxer, he said
Yeah.
Loma versus Lopez.
Well, Jo know who I'm going with. Jo fights for me. He knows who.
Okay, yeah, I know.
Yeah, yeah. High tech. I mean, I think Lomachenko is the best pound for pound fighter in the world. I mean, I know a lot of people say Bud, some
I
say
got Bud
Earl.
myself though, but
Yeah,
I
yeah.
can't
I've heard you say
say,
yeah.
but I would never knock Loma.
Yeah, no, Loma. Listen, bro. Like I said, his resume is very good for a fighter. Like we were just saying previously with Boots, how Boots is in 25, 26 fights in. But look at
Mm-hmm.
Lomo's resume as far as who he's fought: Rigondeaux, Nicholas Walters, Gary Russell.
Russell.
He's already beat these guys, and he's
You
not
got to
what
put
20 fights
Pedraza.
in.
You got to put fucking
Yes,
even
yeah, yeah,
Luke Campbell. The
yeah. You're
other
right.
dude, like man, he got his resume real.
No, his resume is real. I just named those three fighters because I look at those as the top tier. But no, you're right.
That's
Absolutely,
true.
his resume is without question. It's exceptional. So. I would love to see him fight Dev. I mean, I think that the reason he's not fighting Dev is because Lomo gets to a point now where he's like, I know you got a name, but you got to make sure you bringing asses to the seats and, selling them tickets and you have that big draw. So I don't think Dev is there yet.
That's
So
a
that's
fact.
why I think Lomo doesn't want to fight him. It's not a fear factor.
That's a fact.
So, and I think
Hey,
I think he's gonna spank Lopez.
we got my boy here. This team Lopez right here, coach. Getting
Oh,
Lopez.
you
This
set
my
me
boy
up.
Steve.
No,
No,
I'm just
because
messing.
I
No,
feel like
I'm just joking with you. I'm just joking
like
with you.
I like Lopez myself, but I feel like Loma gonna pull it out. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
yeah.
I feel like
I
look,
mean, yeah, I like Teofimo. He's nice,
yeah,
very
I like
talented.
like I told my dude, I root for him. But listen,
Hmm.
Loma is proven. Loma is no fucking joke, bro. And I try to
No
tell him,
joke,
look,
bro.
I tell people like this, bro, because sometimes we do get caught up in the black and white shit. But I tell him, I'm
Hmm.
not gonna let ESPN, I'm not gonna let Loma hype train, I'm not gonna let none of that change my perspective on that man and his skill level in that boxing ring. What I'm looking at in that boxing ring and that man is
Hmm.
the real deal. Like that man going to that ring, he willing
Yes.
to fight anybody. This is why I said he didn't duck that ring because a lot of people say he was duck Devin. The man was the play was the play was Lopez all along. So it's like I'm fighting Lopez. That's what
Yes.
Frank was pushing that fight. So then Devin did come into the
Hmm.
mix because in position for the WBC. But the play was always Teofimo. You can only fight one person at a time. When you at the top,
Yes, sir.
everybody want to fight. Everybody want to
Everybody
fight you.
wants
So
that chance. Yes.
yeah,
Hmm.
he's not afraid to Devin, bro. I said, okay, let's see him and Teofimo. Let's see what happened with that fight. Then after that, then we'll see what's up with Devin. But
Yeah,
with
yeah. We'll see.
Teofimo, oh, go ahead,
No, no.
coach.
I'm gonna see you go ahead. No, continue, continue. I was just agreeing
Yeah,
with
I'm
you.
gonna say Steve with Lopez. I like him, bro. I feel like he a hell of a fighter. Go out, Niche. Go out, Nas. Let's go in that field. I like that thing too. Go out, let's go. Say what's up to coach. Say what's up, coach. He ran out, but I feel like this with Lopez. Yeah, he knocked out Richard Cormier, hell of a fight. I take nothing from
Hmm.
him. Proven.
Hmm.
He did beat the other guy, but he having like this a different level, bro. The
Yeah.
stage, the
Yeah.
lights, it's a different level. Now we gonna
Yeah.
see if he can perform. We gonna
Yeah.
see. I'm been here before, plenty of times.
Yeah, plenty of time. Yeah, he's seasoned. And the thing with Lopez, which he's doing, which I try to discourage my fighters from doing like you're putting a bullseye on your back with the antagonizing and those things, and I said, like, don't do that. Just focus on the fight.
Mm-hmm.
So I mean, he'll see though. He'll see that night. It's a different level. So I wish him the best in the fight. I wish any fighter the best, but I just
No
think that
doubt.
he'll see why the things they say about Lomachenko. I think he'll see that night.
Yeah, because like I say, and I'm with you on that. Because Steve, when you go out there, you say Lomachenko is nothing special, or this and that. Like when you start discrediting the fighter,
Yeah,
that's when I'm like,
exactly.
come on, bro, come on now, don't do
Yeah,
that.
you don't
Don't
want
do
to
that.
do that. You
Get
don't
credit
want
where
to do
credit.
that.
And Loma
Yeah.
sitting there smiling at your ass like,
Yes.
boy,
Yep.
look,
And that's the scariest thing. You can't get him out of character.
that's
Like a
facts.
lot of fighters try that. They try to rub you the wrong way to get you. Then he'll just sit there and have a smile on his face, like, all right, I see you. I see you fight night,
Uh-huh.
and that's what he
Yeah,
does.
that boy about that business.
Yes.
So another fight, Javante Davis, Leo Santa Cruz.
Well, this is the thing with Tank. It's the scale. Like it's the outside the ring things. Like you like Coach Ford, like
Yeah.
gotta hold these guys accountable. So I like Tank. I definitely one hitter quitter. He can definitely put Santa Cruz down. Santa
Uh-huh.
Cruz is a good boxer, but his style is conducive to Tank because he'll want to brawl. Like
True.
he's not going to box Tank. He'll sit there and mix with Tank, which will be bad for him because I think Tank's hands are a lot faster and the counters will be coming. So I can
Mm-hmm.
see Tank finishing him as long as Tank is in shape. That's the thing now. It's like
Yeah.
it's becoming like I said, the discipline and the focus. That's scary. And it always ends a fighter's career before it can fully blossom. So
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
Tank is fighting two opponents now. He's fighting Santa Cruz and he's fighting discipline. That's not good.
Yeah. But it looked like he did take a break from social media and try to get that weight down. You know what I
Well,
mean?
well, as a coach, I would always encourage you to stay the hell off social media. What are you on there for? People
Mm-hmm.
know what you do. Your platform is solidified. Social media should be for individuals like me, like you. It's a platform. We're trying to push an agenda. He's already established. He doesn't have to be on social media. Get in the
Man,
gym. Get in the gym.
man, you couldn't have said it no better, coach. You couldn't have
No,
said it
sir.
no better.
But see,
But
this is the thing. I would tell him that even if he was making multi-million dollars,
right.
I wouldn't defer from that because he's making money and I'm trying to make money off of him.
Exactly. Exactly. Man, that's real as it get. My dude said we will see. I got Lopez though. We know Steve, you team Lopez, man.
It's
You ain't
cool,
got
bro. That's all.
yeah.
Yeah, no
You bust
doubt.
a
No
ride with
doubt.
your guy. You bust a
No
ride with
doubt.
him, but
Yeah,
it's a different stage, bro. It's a different stage.
yeah. Much
Another,
different.
another fight, coach. I think it ain't being talked about, but I feel like it's a hell of a fight. Erickson Lubin and Terrell Gausha.
Okay. And is that light? Is that light heavyweight? Right?
154, 154.
154. Okay,
You
okay.
know, Lubin the one that fought Jamel Cholo, where he knocked him
Yeah,
out.
I remember. Yeah, I remember Lubin.
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah.
That fight, really haven't looked into it too much.
Okay.
Really, I really wouldn't have a favorite in that particular fight right now. But like, I mean, I'm an enthusiast and I'm a fan, so of course I'll tune in and watch. But really wouldn't have a favorite in that particular fight at this time.
Okay. Okay. Because it was something.
Kind of like a toss down.
I think it was something you had on your Instagram, coach. I think it was you that had man. I think you said something like males again too feminine, and the women again too masculine, and male again too feminine.
Yes, it's a
Man, that's
transformation in society.
oh, bro. When I tell you that was
Mm.
so real, could you touch on that a little bit? Just because when I seen that, I say I gotta have a coach touch on that because it's
Yeah,
real.
yeah. Well, what it is like the violence. People don't understand that the violence in our society is because most of the males nowadays are emotional, and they're set off real easy. They're picking up
Mm-hmm.
feminine ways. I mean,
Mm-hmm.
we love our women, but we know the woman is emotional, so it's always the man's job to cater to her.
True.
Her being fragile and being emotional.
True.
It's not a bad thing in women, but if you're a man and you care about your woman, that is something that comes with the territory.
Uh-huh.
So we would understand the woman flying off the handle sometimes and losing her control, and we would always calm her down, sweetheart. But now it's the males. They're feminine, short tempered, out of control. So it's a transformation as far as them. Now with our women, they're becoming masculine. I always had this saying that a male, when he gets $1 million, he becomes successful. He wants a woman he can share that with. A woman
True.
gets $1 million, she feels as though she don't need a man anymore.
Mm-hmm.
So It's the women, they're getting the responsibilities of being the head of the household when they should be still letting the male do it, but they think being submissive is being weak. No, you can still be strong and let a man do his job. So now
Mhm.
that they're getting the leadership role, they're too damn masculine. They
Yeah,
fight in the street, they arguing like no, no. So it's a transformation where our men are becoming feminine, emotional, and the women are just becoming extremely too masculine, and it's sad.
that's, that's a fact, man.
Yeah.
That's a
Mm-hmm.
fact. And that's
Yes.
big time right there. That's big time.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Let's
Yeah.
talk about some more tough fighters, bro. Let's get back to bully-proof boxing, bro.
Yes, sir.
So
Yes, sir.
you say
The best in the
so
business.
Jo the boxer.
Uh-huh.
What he
Yes.
looking like? You know what I'm saying? 'Cause
Jay,
he's
well,
up
I've been working with Jay the boxer for about a week now, a few days. Very talented young man. He came from a previous gym, and like I was stating, the coach with the new fighter. So right now we're working on getting the flaws from the previous coach that he worked with that actually didn't teach him the science. So
okay.
this is what we're working on now. But he's learning very well. He's already talented. He actually knows the sport. He
Uh-huh.
knows the fundamentals. So he doesn't need an engine. He just needs a tune-up, so to speak. So, we're working on his spark plugs, changing his oil and all that, so to speak. But,
Okay.
like I said, if he's on the team, he's going to work just as hard as my other fighters, and he's going to be just as talented. My 6-year-olds, they box just like my 18-year-olds. They all
Ooh.
learn the same. Yeah, they all learn the same technique, footwork, defense, counter. Like I have 6-year-olds that do the same drills my 18-year-olds do. So,
Oh yeah. No
mhm.
exception for nobody, huh?
No, 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 because you're going to learn how to box. This is the key. See, the problem is in boxing nowadays, the imagery, the world of imagery is killing boxing because you're having coaches that are showing fighters certain sequences. They're not teaching them how to box. So what the
Mm-hmm.
coach is doing is he'll post you doing pad work just to get likes, but you
Yeah.
don't know how to fight. You're not a boxer. So your parents are thinking, oh, look at my son, but then he get mopped by somebody. So
Right.
then you're sitting back and you're depressed because you're not actually learning the sport the proper way. So it's not your fault. So Jay or
Mm-hmm.
the boxer, I explained this to Jay. When Jay has a few flaws and he may not pick something up correctly when I show it to him initially, I tell him, I say, listen, bro, that's not your fault. The
Okay.
coach previously before this wasn't showing you the proper technique. That's not your fault. So don't get
Mm-hmm.
discouraged. So
They say it all the time when they went on their pad work, run off 100 punches. They say, listen, man, a man ain't gonna sit right there and let you hit him with 100 shots. You know what I'm
listen,
saying?
bro. Most coaches do pad work wrong. When we do pad work, we move around and simulate the fight.
Okay.
We'll do, like, if I do a video tutorial, I may stand in one spot just to show you something. But when we do pad work and we go through it extensively, we move around. We don't stand in one spot because you're emulating the fight, moving forward, moving backwards, moving in close proximity, sitting right down, throwing your shots where your balance is always evenly distributed. So we always work on these things.
Your pad work got an objective. Ain't just sitting up here. Yeah,
Yeah.
I like that.
Like
Yeah.
for instance, the video that you put up in reference to before
Uh-huh.
this interview this evening, you see
Uh-huh.
everything was counter defense first, then you throw the shot. You
Like
wasn't
you
just
said.
punching. He stopped my punch, then he threw his shot and it made it easier for the punch to land because he stopped my punch first.
And you said it on a defense turns to offense.
Defense turns into offense, yes, sir. Offense sells tickets, but it'll also have you eating applesauce the rest of your life and you'll be drooling. In this sport, yeah, you can
That's
be
fact.
offensive minded, but when you drooling and you got a bib, nobody's gonna care about you.
Man, that's facts, bro.
Yeah.
Because like I say, this
As
game.
Joe McCullough. As Joe McCullough. As Joe
Oh
McCullough.
man.
Yeah,
Yeah,
as Joe
Jeremy
McCullough.
Cole.
Yeah, as Joe
Another
McCullough.
one. Another one. Abel Sanchez had him.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Man. So, Coach, you coming up? What were some of your favorite fights to watch?
Well, my top five, real quick, my top five all time: Muhammad Ali, Sugar Ray Robinson, Roy Jones, Sugar Ray Leonard, Pernell Whitaker.
Ooh, rest in peace, Pernell.
Yeah, rest in peace, Pernell. So I like Floyd. I want to put Floyd in my top five, but
Huh?
he's in my top 10. I'll just put it that way. But I'm going by boxers with pure natural talent, and those are certain things that I look for in fighters. I look for dog, I look for acumen, I look for skill, certain things. And I always said that Roy was Floyd before Floyd because he didn't have social media and those benefits. So, but Roy,
Thanks.
Roy had one of the greatest attributes in boxing. He not attributes, but just this was one of Roy's greatest things to me that was great about Roy. He didn't lose around in 10 years. I think that's something that will never ever be duplicated. Like I love Floyd 50-0. I just think Roy not losing around in 10 years is more of an accomplishment.
Yeah, that's serious.
Yeah.
Like that's something he
Yeah.
just hey, thank you for that knowledge.
Yeah, no
Thank you
doubt.
for that
Salute.
knowledge.
Yeah.
And with
Yeah.
Roy though, that poor counter, Floyd took that poor counter from Roy. And like I say, Roy transcended the boxing game. Roy is like have Randy Moss transcended basketball. I mean football.
Football. Yes, sir.
Roy helped transcend the boxing game because
Yes, sir.
at once upon a time, everybody was Roy Jones.
Oh
You know
man,
what I mean?
listen,
Talking
Roy,
boxing game,
elite.
Exactly.
Elite.
Exactly. Everybody was Roy.
What he did to Ruiz as a heavyweight, you will maybe. I mean, this man went from a middleweight and won the heavyweight belt, bro. I mean, like you're not going to see too many things like that.
Some people said if he would have quit boxing right there, he'd have been the greatest of all time.
Hey, listen, man, the performance he put on that night against Ruiz, like I still watch that. Like it was an amazing performance. The hand speed, the footwork, the angles.
Yes,
it was
sir.
just amazing. It was amazing.
Now looking at the boxing game, coach, do you think because looking at Floyd, he transcended the game to be more business minded. You know what I mean? Do you look at that as it takes some of the passion away from these fighters? Because my man, main man, he loved to see the best versus the best. You know, so it's like sometimes it's about like I said, I never knocked a fighter for one of his dollars. You know what I'm saying?
No,
sometimes,
not at all.
Back in the days, we know how they was getting gypped out their dollars. So now I'm not gonna knock them for one of them. But sometimes it do stall a lot of great fights and take a lot of great fights away sometimes.
Yeah. Well, Floyd, great fighter. He brought a lot to the sport. Now, let me say this: those the big wigs that make the money, they love Floyd because Floyd lined their pockets. But the culture that Floyd set in the sport nowadays is bad. Everybody wants to be undefeated.
Yeah,
I'm undefeated. I haven't lost. I ain't lost. Like that's the moniker everyone wants to hang their head on instead of saying, "Well, no, I got 2 losses, but I done fought 5 world champions."
Exactly.
They don't want that moniker anymore. Everyone wants, "I'm undefeated. I don't got any losses. I ain't took a loss yet." And that's the like almost equated to rap. How when Biggie went with when we came up in the era of hip hop, you couldn't talk about things you didn't actually have because when we checked your resume and you didn't live it, we didn't fuck with you.
There you go.
But Biggie came in and his cadence and his delivery was so different. We accepted him for the lies. We know Biggie didn't have those things, but it was something different.
Right?
So what Floyd did was Floyd brought an element in the game where everyone wants success, but the one thing they don't work as hard as Floyd.
Thank you.
I tell people all the time, Floyd outboxes you, but Floyd outwork you. So a lot of these young men, I call them microwave men because they want everything so quick. But they want Floyd's lifestyle, but they don't want to put in the work like Floyd. So that's bad for the sport because you're robbing the culture.
There you go. And Floyd work ethic is showing. Like you see him, like people see him put the work in. That man train like he the fucking challenger every time. That man train like he the challenger every time.
Listen, Floyd works very hard, but the one thing I say about Floyd had the benefit of this in boxing. You can make your own schedule. In any other sport, you can't do it. They make the schedule for you. So Floyd had the benefit of making his own schedule and picking fights at the right time. Which, hey, kudos to him. He's a smart man.
But I want to say this too, Coach. I'm happy that you said that everybody wants that. Look at Danny Garcia, right? Danny arguably is undefeated. You know what I'm saying? Some people thought he beat Thurman. Some people thought he beat Porter. But the fight was so fucking good. It don't even like, okay, you lost your title. You know what I'm saying? But the fight was so fucking good that you still elite. You know what I'm saying? But you
still elite, yes, sir.
Oh, Earl fighting Danny. Or like, bro, Danny is elite. Danny ain't no pushover.
Yeah, Danny's not a pushover. Danny's not a pushover.
Look, Devin Alexander is my brother. I can call him, right? Okay. Ivan Rakic knocked his ass out. You know what I'm saying? Knocked him out. Devin never been knocked out. Been dropped twice, never knocked out. That man was perfect. Danny went in there and beat that man's ass. You know what I mean?
Yes.
Another one. They ain't gonna give him credit for the boy. Who he knocked out before he fought him. That boy was a rowdy boy. That boy was giving people business. Gave AB business. You
talking about not Matisse?
Granados, Adrian Granados.
Oh, Granados. Okay.
Yeah, Granados was giving people a little business. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Devin went there and knocked his ass out. Like, I look at those fights because people try to shit on those fights. But you got to look at how Danny held his position. Yeah, they ain't Porter, they ain't Earl, no, you know what I mean? But
Yeah.
the way he held his position, knocked out
Yes.
Brandon Reynolds, like that says a lot to me.
It
But
says a lot. Yes, it says a
yeah,
lot.
you can never knock Danny. And if people knock him though, they love that O to where it take away from the sport. Like me, man, I don't praise the O. I don't praise the O. Salute main event Mark. I don't praise the O
Yeah. I'm
because I
praising.
know for a fact, just because a fighter lose a fight, it ain't that you lose, it's how you lose.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, it
Ali
ain't
lost six.
it's how you lose. Yeah,
Yeah, it's how you lost. Ali lost 6 fights, and he's still considered the greatest.
consider the
Lomachenko has a loss. He's still
pass a
pound
loss.
for pound the best. So
Exactly.
yeah,
And I say
so
this, coach, name me like how many Hall of Fame fighters that's in the Hall of Fame that got losses on their records. You know what I'm saying? I tell people that. I like,
yeah,
do you see
yeah.
1,000 Hall of Fame fighters with just O's over there? Like that's the nature of the game. You know what I mean? So
Mm-mm.
yeah,
No,
man.
yeah, you're gonna take a loss. You in this long enough, the right person will come along at the wrong time for you. So
Yeah. And a loss humble
it's
some
just
people.
like that.
Yeah,
Well,
a
it
loss humble
should,
some
but
people.
see, this is the thing with the undefeated fighter. Will that loss break your career? See, because you so reliant on that zero.
Right,
How we know how you gonna react if you take a loss? So
right.
that's something that the coach has to, worry about. Like,
Yeah.
how detrimental will this loss be to you?
And Philly's own Tevin Former, my God. Tevin gave me an
Yes,
envy,
sir.
man. I
Yes.
love Tevin, bro.
Okay, Tab, that's
Tevin,
what's up.
Tevin don't let that loss define him. He don't give a fuck if he loses or not. Tevin go fight his way back. He
Yes,
became
yes,
world
yes,
champion. You know, made a
yes,
good living and
yes.
being smart. So yeah,
Yes. Yeah, I mean, but like I said, that's that Philly resiliency, I mean,
uh-huh.
a lot of Philly fighters had it in the lineage. It's just that we want the younger fighters to come up and have that toughness to carry on, carry the torch, so to speak.
True, true. And you got some of them young ones in that in the boxing gym. You
Yes,
know?
sir. Yes, sir. Bully underscore proof underscore boxing on Instagram.
Yes,
Yes,
sir. Right
sir.
there.
Yes,
I got a
sir. Yes,
hashtag
sir.
bulletproof boxing. Make sure y'all follow my brother at
Yeah,
bulletproof boxing. J.O.
yeah,
J.O. the boxer say that's the Philly in him. Yeah, man.
yeah. That's
Philly,
the Philly in them. Yes, yeah. Philly,
Philly
definitely
gritty.
some tough dudes. Definitely.
Yeah, Philly gritty, man. For real,
Yes,
for real.
gritty. Very, very, very. Listen, I mean, like I said, in Philly, you're either going to be good at this sport or you're not going to want to do it anymore when you work with Philly fighters because, the right
Uh,
Philly fighters will work you. They'll push you. Like I said, we've worked with fighters in certain gyms and we don't get invites back because, my young boys are complete boxers. We go to
ooh.
gyms and we work. So,
Say put them hands on them people, huh?
I mean, well, that's what we in it for, bro. I mean, I have a lot of young men that are relying on me to achieve their goals in this sport. So I have to have the acumen to be able to guide them. I always tell coaches this: you ever want to gain the trust of your fighter, this is the one thing you have to do. Tell them shit that worked.
There you
That's what
go.
you got to do. When the
Mhm.
fighter, when the fighter sees, damn, my fighter Ty Sniper, he told me that one day. He said, "Coach, everything you tell me works. This is how I gain his confidence." He
Okay.
sees it. This shit
Uh-huh.
work, yeah. And I say, young boy, it's supposed to. So
Yeah, you ain't just out there running your mouth and just telling them
ain't just out
anything.
there, yeah, screaming and shit like it's a Rocky
Right.
movie. No, we ain't doing that
Right.
shit. No,
Right.
no. We're going.
Right.
I'm going to actually make sure I'm calm in the corner because there's enough, going on around me. So I'll make sure that I'm calm so the message always gets to the fighter.
There you go. There you
Yeah, and
go.
we fought on Sergey Kovalev undercard. I mean, like I said, we don't fought on Boots undercard. So we've been under the bright light, so to speak. I'm not just a coach that can
Yeah.
train your son in the gym. I can get your son prepared for a fight, give him the game plan, study the opponent, and get the win.
Salute to my brother King Palmer in the building, man. My brother King Palmer, coach, lost his mother and his father in June to that corona.
My
Man,
condolences. My condolences.
yeah. But coach, what fighters you
Yes.
have on the bright lights? Who are they?
Well, I worked with Kyron Hooks. I worked with
Okay.
Kyron Hooks, and like I said, when I worked with K, I worked with K for about 2.5, 3 years. He fought at 154. Very talented, very talented. And like I said, we were in camp with Boots. He was Boots' top sparring partner.
Oh,
Yes, like I said, we were in camp with Jesse Hart when he fought Demond Nicholson, and we were
respected
also
this.
in camp with J Rock. So this was a young man that I worked with that I really, he started to really get a good name in Philly. We suffered a devastating loss on the Showtime card, and sometimes individuals, they let things seep into their head, and we
Yeah,
parted ways. But I wish that man nothing but the best in his career,
no
like I
doubt.
wish all fighters in this sport. But before we lost on Showtime, we were actually getting ready to fly to Nebraska to work with Terrence Crawford next. That was next on our agenda. So
Man, was that
you
his
live and you
first
learn.
loss?
Well, no, it was the second loss, but what it
Okay.
was it was a devastating loss. But once again, like I said, as a coach, I'm trying to get you out of old habits that you've been practicing for 10
There you go.
years.
Right.
That's hard to do.
For the
If I'm
break.
telling
Yeah.
you when you throw your jab from your lip, I need you to bring it back here. Don't throw it from your lip and bring it back to your hip. That's leaving
Right.
you open for a counter, and it was a devastating knockout.
Right.
And he didn't take when he was winning and getting kudos. He just took the one loss, and
The
that
one off.
outweighed everything. So
Right. Man.
it's cool. Go ahead. I'm listening to you. Go ahead.
No, go ahead, coach. Go ahead. You can finish.
But I'll always question him now and ask him, are you still learning the science like you learned it with me? Are you learning the you can see this is what people have to understand. You can learn how to box. That's a 1, 2, 3, 4. That's a jab, that's a right hand, left hook, uppercut. No, are
Yeah.
you learning the science? See, I teach the science. I don't just teach you how to box, I teach the science. I
Yeah.
teach you angles. I'm teaching damn near geometry with this shit.
There you go.
So yeah, so it's different. I teach you the science of the sport. That's why my fighters trust me.
Yes, sir. And like you say, coach, you got to be willing. When you go in battle, man, you got to be willing to understand. Some battles you gonna lose, but you don't jump off the fucking ship. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
Yeah. But like you say, people get into your head, and you start doing this, and shit'll never be the same. Because at the same time, you ain't just teaching, like you say, you teaching with love at the same time.
Teaching with love, bro.
Yeah, you took a loss. I took a loss with you. I feel for you. But what we're gonna do is we're gonna build off of it. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
And it's good to stay down with the team instead of jumping off, bro.
Exactly. Because when everybody was talking about you in the city and you had the biggest buzz, we were good.
We were good.
Everything was fine then. So I'm not a front runner. I'm a ride with you with the adversity just as well as the success. So
exactly.
This is why people got love for me. I'm gonna make sure I'm there for you. So
what's your thoughts?
My fighters know. Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead. I'm listening. Go ahead.
No, go ahead, coach. No, my bad. Go ahead. You start.
No, I was just basically just going to say that my fighters know that I genuinely care about them. I'm not just in this for a hidden agenda. So I show you, the first thing I show you is I care about you. This is why I'm willing to take this journey with you.
Mm-hmm. Another fight out of fit that I like though, A.V. Sparrow. I know he took a loss his last fight. What you think about him? No.
I mean, well, haven't really seen too many of his fights, to be honest with you, because a lot of times with me, this is my motto. I may not know every fighter, but I'll know everything about the next opponent. So a lot of times, like I said, I don't know every fighter. I may not have interacted with every fighter, but I've worked with the top tier fighters. And,
that's how
and that's my thing. I mean, I'm busy working, so I just can't sit back and say, oh, that guy, this guy. That's for a person that's not in the sport like me. I'm a coach, so I'm a coach. So 95% of my focus has to be on my fighters.
On your fighters and in the gym. That's
in
true.
The gym, yes, sir. So like I said, I may not know every individual in Philly as a fighter, but I wish them the best. But this is what I know. If you're ever an opponent, I'll know everything about you.
There you go. Because that's that sweet science in you.
Yeah. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Mm-hmm. Anything else? I've been holding for almost an hour. Coach, anything else you want to touch on?
No, I appreciate the opportunity, to expand my platform. I just appreciate the chance. I appreciate everything you do. I definitely wish you the best. Much success. Kudos to you. And once again, I sincerely thank you, for this opportunity. I deeply appreciate it.
Man, I thank you for coming on, Coach. And look, what's crazy is I knew you was gonna say yes. Like I say, man, Coach, I'm telling you, I'm like, man, you're so real and everything.
Yes,
you can just back, bro. I say, man, let me get Coach on the show, man. Holler, check him out, because I know it's gonna be real, like you say. Everything bro, with straight gems, straight knowledge, and it's gonna go a long way. And we're gonna do this again, Coach. We're gonna do this
again. I
appreciate
it. I'm always here for you, Monty. Anytime, bro. I appreciate you, man.
No doubt. I appreciate you.
Sincerely.
You keep it up, man. And I'm telling you, I'm locked in. I'm gonna be posting the fighters. I'm gonna be posting you, bro. So whenever you need something from me, you can just let me know, champ.
I definitely would. The main thing I would need from you is possibly helping me, as far as networking, reaching out there, being able to work with other fighters. So, we're just trying to help these young men, become assets in society. That's the main thing. Okay.
Yes, sir. You got my respect, got my love too. So just keep it up, bro. I'm watching
Appreciate you.
So Jay on the boxer and Tahir, I'm on y'all, man. I'm on y'all.
Yeah, y'all better get it together. Let's go.
Yeah, I'm following. Okay, Coach.
Yes, sir. All right, thanks a lot, man. I appreciate everything, man. Keep up the good work.
You too. Thank you.
Bye-bye. All right.
Okay.
All right.
Yeah, man, that was Coach, man. I appreciate Coach for jumping on, man. That was love right there. Take time out to come kick it with the kid for an hour, We don't want to take too much of Coach time, you dig? But, man, I appreciate him, bro. I'm get ready and wrap it up, man. I appreciate y'all for jumping in with me, man. It's all love, family. You know, we're gonna do this again, come back with better interviews. We'll keep them coming. You know, like I say, my bro, main man, thank you, Mr. King Palmer. No doubt, JO, man. I'm gonna be watching y'all, bro. I'm gonna be watching y'all. You know, my bro Steve. Hey Steve, Loma and Lopez gonna be a hell of a fight. Can't wait for it. Most definitely gonna be streaming. Them boys go rumble. I just need Tio not to go out there and be looking for that big punch, bro. Don't go out there looking for that big punch. Be smart. Rough Loma up. Do some shit that you don't like. You gotta make him uncomfortable in the ring. Don't sit back and try to box him because that's exactly what he wants. Don't let Loma get comfortable in that way, get to using them angles, and that boy get to heating up, ducking his head and feeling himself. Because shit gonna get ugly if he do. You know what I'm saying? But I like Tio. Great counter puncher, great power, man. Got a good jab on him. Man, it's just them lights, bro. Them lights. We're gonna see if he step up to the plate. We're gonna see if he step up to the plate. It's just them lights, bro. But I want to appreciate everybody for jumping in with us, man. It's all love, family as usual. Y'all know what it is. This your boy Monty. It's the ANSBC movement. Ain't nobody safe in these streets. Hit them thumbs up, subscribe to the channel. If you want to donate, OG Money on Cash App, TreyHappy52@gmail.com on PayPal. If you can't donate, just tell a friend hit the subscribe button. You know, and we gonna keep it moving, man. Big dog status. You hear me? Like my bro main man is say, if you ain't hit that like button on the way in, hit it on the way out. Peace out. Main man, my brother, all love. My bro King Palmer say, that's the fight. Can't wait for it. Man, it's coming, King Palmer. September next month, October, we in the big times. But I think the Cholos in September, right? So we got something to carry us over to October, man. We in for the pay-per-view fights. We in. We coming out some dollars, though. God damn. September got one. 2 in October. Maybe 2 in November. So they're going to be busting our heads, man. So we got to get ready to come up out of our pockets, champs. But much love to all y'all, bro. Y'all stay safe out there. We will be back with another one, fam.